In this episode of the High Achieving Female podcast, we introduce Jeanne Lehman, founder of Black Canadian Women in Action, an organization dedicated to empowering Black immigrant women in Alberta, Canada. Jeanne shares her inspiring journey from immigrant to advocate, revealing how she's tackling a unique challenge faced by Black women in business and creating a supportive ecosystem for them to thrive.
Welcome to the High Achieving Female podcast powered by Know, where we believe high achieving female leaders deserve to be known. Here, you're going to get the tips, tools, and inspiration you need to network, grow, scale, and balance your business, career, and life.
In this special series, we're going behind the scenes with BCW in action to bring you exclusive interviews from the Smart Growth International Business Expo 2024, where women in business share their insights on innovation and global growth.
The best conversation. Get ready. We are going to be talking to a phenomenal woman, the one, the only founder of the Black Canadian Women in Action. Jeanne, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I am so excited to share with our audience everything that you're doing because you are a woman of impact. I'm excited to chat with you too, to learn a little bit more about all of the initiatives that you are doing for the Black Canadian women, the immigrant community here in Alberta, Canada. Tell us a little bit about the organization that you founded.
Yes. So thank you, first of all, for having me here. This organization, I usually say, or maybe I founded it, but it's women who need it and who decided that they need an organization like this. I remember again, I came to Canada without speaking in English, and then I came in this province. And I founded, this is the second organization I'm funding. I founded the first one that was, that is, because it's the main francophone settlement organization called La FRAP, Francophonie Albertaine Plurielle. So women knew me. Then I worked to another organization, a big organization here, African organization, Africa Center. So all these women knew me in the community. So they came to me and they said to me, you know what, Jeanne, we would like to have a place to meet. We would like to have a place to meet, to talk about our challenges and also solutions. And I was very happy to know they're talking about solutions. I said, okay, so look, why don't we do like a need assessment and see really what you want to do, what you want that organization to do. And at that time, we didn't have like organization, doing like business and all that. So we did that assessment, and women were saying, when we asked them if they were satisfied with their job, we have like 90% were saying no. If we ask them what they would like to do, we have like 70% were saying, I would like to go to do business or scale up my business, start my side business. So it was like that. Then we say, at that time, we didn't have anything like that in the Western, not just here in Alberta or in Edmonton. Then we say, this organization, we're going to focus more on empowerment, on business. So this is how all started. Then after that, women came to, you know what, our girls have nothing. So we started program for girls. The first program we started for girls was this one. This program was more mentorship program for girls who are in grade 10. And the program we're still running it today. So this is how it started. So then that's why I know BCW has like two components. We have the community component and then the business component. So then after that, we had, this was in 2021, with all that what happened, we had a lot of issue here, anti-racism and all that. Then we had funding. The federal government decided to fund some organization that support Black business and, Black in business. So this is how we were the only Black-led woman organization that received that funding called Ecosystem, and then we start, doing this in the more big scale. So right now we have three, we are incorporated federal, so national organization. Then we are in 6 provinces. Then we have also we are working also international, So we have 6 provinces. We are here in Alberta, in BC, in Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Quebec, and Ontario.
My goodness. I like to say that the best organizations are founded when there's a need. And for those of you who are listening, you're catching the accent. She comes to us, clearly lives in Canada now, but comes to us from Paris, right?
Yes.
So from French, from a French dialect. And what you mentioned when you first moved to Canada, to North America, you didn't speak any English. So you moved to Montreal first because that was closer to your native language, right, of French. But when you moved here, you had to immerse yourself, learn all of the English, all of the cultural differences. And I love that because you said when you were here, you were also meeting with your women, and your women were saying, hey, we need a community. We need something for us. And you actually went and did the work. You surveyed the women. You asked them, do you like your job? Do you like your things? What is happening? And they wanted to learn more about business.
Yes.
And I love that you said, okay, you know what? I got you. I can do this. You're highly educated. You have a PhD. You obviously are a community builder. What's your background like, and how you were led to actually be able to create something like this for women?
Yeah, so I didn't finish my PhD, but I have 1 master's degree. I have 2 master's degrees actually. I had in African study and in business law. So in Paris, and then when I moved in Montreal, I did a management, business administration diploma. So this is, my background. I don't know if this is my background that lead me to what I do, because I didn't know. I never know that I will have to be in front. Sometimes life things happen. Because when women came and said to me, you know what, I would like to have a place to meet, to talk about our challenge and solutions, I was like, okay. Why me? But okay, let us see what
You're
can happen.
You're the chosen one. Okay, fine,
so
I'll do it.
Maybe I say, okay, let us see how we can do that. And then we just started, but also because I never have to experiment, on the issue like when I growing up, I grew up in a very elderly family, but I knew since I'm living in Paris or everywhere I go, I know that especially Black community, we are always behind, and there is a problem no matter where you go. So for me, this was like, what can we do? And we could go to have an organization that serve more social and all those things. What is good? We need that.
Yes.
I'm not also, I don't want anyone to get me wrong. We really need those organizations. But I was thinking we do need something business, because I think a woman, when you can have whether your job and you have a good job, not just a job, but you have your work or you have your business, I think if everything don't go how you want them, I mean, I'm talking about myself. I have my glass of wine. I can buy it. If I can afford buying my glass of wine and drink it, I'll be good. But if I can't even drink it when I want to, I mean, I don't drink wine all the time, but I mean, if I want to do something, and then I cannot just because I don't have money to buy, because, some women experiment a lot of, how you call it, family violence or something. They will stay because you can't do anything because you don't have any money where to go. So I think this is more freedom when you have like a women. When you have, you know that you have resources and then you can take care of yourself. And it's very important. So that's why when these women came, I said to myself, okay, someone have to do that. The other thing too, this is where I went, because someone asked me one day, Jeanne, sometimes I'm just asking myself, what are you doing all this? Then
why?
They say, this was actually one of my staff. when he came in to BCW, he was like, okay, working here, non-profit, what we do. Then at the end, before he left, he said, Jeanne, I was asking to myself, what are you doing all that? He said, then I say, someone has to do that.
That's
I say,
right.
You have the response. It's really someone has to do that, because we live in society where, I feel good, I have my job, or I have my business, I'm doing this, or I don't care, but we can't just live like that,
I think that's so important that you literally said it. It's the mission behind it. You have to lead from the front, right? You're like, well, okay, maybe I have to step in, and who's going to do it? Well, I'll be the one, because the mission is so important, that these women who, it's really about being self-sustaining, to be able to create freedom and flexibility for them. And one of the things that you said, and I love that you're working with teens and young girls, and their initiatives, you have to build them from the ground up. But also it's teaching them the tools and the resources. You're right. We need community. We need a safe place where we can gather, but the women also need the tools and the resources. We know statistically women receive less funding and less than anybody else, but Black women get even less. And so you're really doing incredible work for a very important population of women who maybe want more. They want to. Maybe they're experiencing. We talked a little bit about this separately, that domestic violence in the African communities, especially for immigrants, are extremely high. But what you're doing is you're showing women a way that they can never be stuck in a situation. They can have true sisters. So when something is going and challenging, and one of the things that you said too throughout this entire talk was solutions. We want a place to talk about our challenges, but we also want to talk about the solutions. So let's talk about some of those solutions that you're providing through the organization.
So through the organization, as I say, so if the community side, we do have a program for women, for girls. So we sometime will be doing some with our researches on some of issue that are specific to sometimes our Black girls and women. For instance, we did some research on adultification of Black girls. I didn't know what that was. Then the girls explained to us sometimes, even in school, or they tend to see Black girls like, they are more mature than what they are. And whether it's the family or even school, because even in family, it's usually, it's more education. We think, okay, you're a girl, so you have to work like this, you have to do things like this, because, and in school, sometimes some of girls, one of specifically say to us, sometimes I'm playing, and then the teacher will say, I didn't expect that from you, but I see that all of us have same age. So some of things like that we didn't know. We have also women who can go to, like when we talked about gender-based violence. It's not just in a Black community. No, it's everywhere. But since we are like immigration country, the women are coming. They don't know what to do, how to go, how to navigate the system. So we are there usually for them. No, regarding the business is I am very, very, very. We proud ourselves, this organization, for that component, because not only we assist business from the ideation stage. Someone will come and have an idea, this, I would like to do this, and then we will accompany step by step. They will register their business plan, marketing plan, all those. Sometimes even their website, because you have organization here, mainstream, they are too big to see those women who are starting. So then we have also women who are already there, who have already certain, intermediate business. they also need to know how to navigate the system, because the way you do business in Africa, or it's not you do way you do business here.
Right.
Business is something that is sometimes local.
Yes.
So you have to understand like networking, all those things.
Yes.
Very important.
Yes.
Yeah, like this, the expo we have. So we focus this expo on doing business with Africa and the Caribbean country, because every time we talked about that, they say to us, you know what, it's not a priority, but right now it should be a priority.
It's a priority.
And then we have to talk about that. So how to start a business, or how to start doing business in Africa if you want to do so, or with the Caribbean.
Right. We
are here to guide, to accompany you, because this is just something that is added to what like the big agency, the government, and all other can give. We know the people. We are from there, so we know also the system there. We know the system here, so we can accompany. So this is people can think, oh, why? Because I heard that too. Okay, we don't want you to be doing your own thing. You have to come together. We come together, but the thing is, what we notice is sometimes, like the system is sometimes very heavy, that they don't sometimes understand the need of those, communities, and it takes someone who can accompany you. For instance, I'll tell you, people do business here. When you come in Canada, you have to have, we talked a lot about credit cards and all that. You have to build your credit. When you build your credit, you have a credit history, so they can lend you money.
Right.
But if you don't, you won't give you. It's not the same thing. Like in Africa, and not just, even when I was living in France a long time ago, for them, credit card, no, we don't want to have any loan. No matter if it's a good loan or bad, I don't want to have a loan. So there, they live more cash economy, where here it's more like credit economy. So you have to let people understand, try to educate and understand that a credit itself is not a bad thing. No, it depends what you want to do.
This is right.
Yeah, if you take money from the bank to just spend to clothes and all that, then it's maybe
that may get a thing.
But if you put in your business and then thing like that, so it's something you need that able to grow. So this is what we are trying to achieve here with this organization.
I love that, because you're absolutely right. Culturally, from city to city, regionally, things are very different. And you are providing these education to people, especially people who want to. Internationalization is a huge thing for you, and selling and globally, right, and doing business in other countries. But you're right. So for the immigrants that are coming, they may have been a business owner elsewhere, but then they come here and it's a totally different landscape. They don't know. And I love that you use that example. You're definitely doing some incredible work, and I am just so excited to know you and to be a part of this. If people are interested in learning more about the organization, how do they find you? Where do they go?
So the simple way to do that is just they can send us a message, information at bcwinaction.ca. This is very simple. Or they can go to our website. You can type the BCW in Action or Black Canadian Women in Action. For sure, you will go to our website and you can find some information about how to reach us.
I love that. Thank you so much for being here today. It was great to learn a little bit more about the organization, the roots, the impact, all of the great things that you're doing. Keep it up. I'm so excited for you. This is literally like just watching you take off has been incredible.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That was good.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of the High Achieving Female Podcast, powered by No, where we believe it's time for high achieving women like you to be seen, heard, and recognized. Until next time, remember, you deserve to be known.